So I've worked for local authority for 20 years with Walsall Council. I did the Foundation Consumer Advice Trading Standards Certificate, if any of you remember the old FCATS qualification. Due to service redesigns, muddles of jobs, re-job applications, which we all go through in local authority, I've ended up on a team called Community Protection, which covers the vast amount of regulatory compliance from fly tipping, travellers, antisocial behaviour, licensing enforcement, statutory nuisance. That's sort of my role. When seeing this qualification come up, it looked very similar to the old FCATS qualification, which of course was already a winner for me. As a local authority, we offered it out to 4 employees who were already in employment to do the job. So 2 of us got on the course. We didn't have a very good experience with our first provider, which meant that we went to CSA. I'm not going to dwindle on it, but it didn't go well. And then COVID hit, which didn't exactly help us either. To the best of the ability of CSA, they were great. They put everything in place. We had Zoom meetings, we had Teams meetings, whatever we needed. Harvey was our tutor. He was really good. He actually put us out into breakout rooms so that the 6 of us could talk through what we were learning, talk through our experiences. There was people on that course who were very new to the job, so I could give my experience of what I knew about regulatory compliance, but then they could also give it back to me about how they were working in their local authority. So we had a couple from Trading Standards and a guy from Environmental Health as well. So we all kind of were a mixed bag. For me, the biggest thing is that if you are going to do this with somebody who's already in the job and doing the job like I was, the most important thing you need to give them is support and time to do the qualification. When we're all doing our job, we all get sucked up into the world of the 9 to 5 and the caseloads that we've got to deal with. So getting that 20% off the job and that day off the job to do your apprenticeship is really, really important. Don't get the time to do it, you just get drowned by everything else that's going on. So as somebody who's already employed, it's really important to give your employees that time to do it. We've just took on a brand new apprentice who knows nothing about our job. So he's our, if you like, guinea pig to see how it works from the ground of somebody who doesn't know anything about the job. One of the things it did for me was enable me to understand what we do well as a local authority in terms of regulatory compliance and what we don't do so well. And there's a lot that we don't do so well, if I'm being honest. And it's given us the ability through the service redesign that we're going through now to start and implement some of those procedures of intervention, education, and then enforcement. Enforcement should be the last thing that we ever do. And in my experience, as ASB, as trading standards, whatever you want to call it, if you have to enforce, we've failed our job as compliance officers. Because at the end of the day, we want businesses open. We've got a massive problem with our nighttime economy at the minute in Walsall. We are really struggling to get our businesses to work with us for the fear that we're going to take their licences off them and shut them down. That isn't what we want to do. We want compliance. So for me, it's about that education role, that intervention role, and working with CSA, working through the job that I've done has enabled me to be able to do that in a bit more of a structured manner and not just stick a band-aid on and hope it stops on for the best and we figure it out later. So I hope that's helped.